Like I said, when I got overseas, the pilot took a look at me and he said, you're the tail gunner, and the little guy was the ball turret gunner. The ball turret there wasn't much room. There wasn't much room. You had to get in there without a parachute. When you get up flying in an airplane and the next airplane disintegrates right in front of you, and all you see is a life vest floating down, it makes you think. It makes you think. And I've seen that many a time.
Kurt, would you hoist up the plane so he can show where he was exactly?
Was there any times, sir, when you were in captivity that you tried to escape or were part of an escape plan?
Where we were at, we were way up in East Prussia, and after the First World War, when they settled that, they gave that territory to the Polish people. Well, when Hitler invaded Poland, he took that property right back, and that was taken over by the Germans. It was East Pomerania. If you look at a map, it's east of Stettin on the Baltic. And we were like I said, we walked close to 500 miles. Where we were at, you'd had to go to the Baltic Sea and swim, be a good swimmer. That'd be the only way you could do it.
Okay, sir, thank you.
George, could you maybe identify this plane for us? Tell us how many people would be in here, where you would be stationed at, and.
Well, the B-17 was a flying fortress, and it had. They went over. They called them the B-17F, and the B-17F did not have the guns on the front, so the Germans were very sharp. They'd hit you from the front with their fighters. And so they made the G model, and they put 2 guns in the front. So we ended up, we had 12 50 caliber guns on that B-17, 12 50 caliber guns. They used to have a gun on the top. It shows it on this one. They took that out of there. That was for the radio man. You can see where he was at. He wouldn't get much a chance to shoot anything, the angle where he was at. There was 2 guns in the tail, and they even, during the war, they took some B-17s and they made them into, they put 16 B-50 or 50 caliber guns on them. Flew them as gunships, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out. They scrapped that at one time. Also, anybody here ever hear of chaff in Germany? You heard of the chaff? We dropped chaff to disturb the radar, so they would follow up their radar when the airplanes were coming in, and it's not good because they had what they call chaff ships, and we got it once. I don't know what mission it was, but all they do is load your B-17 with foil, and you go out ahead of the bomb group all by yourself, a sitting duck, and you throw chaff out of every opening that you got in that airplane. But you're a perfect target for even one lone fighter to get at you if you're all by yourself. That's why the B-17s were very good formation airplanes, and you could see they had how many guns they could put on a fighter if you had a good formation.
And what would be the total crew? How many would be here?
They started out with 10, and then they went down to 9. They went down to 9. They put a toggler instead of a bombardier. The toggler would drop his bombs on the lead airplane. They were taught how to run that Norden bomb sight, and then when they would drop these bombs, they would toggle theirs out at the same time the lead ship dropped their bombs, and they were called togglers. When we flew, every man had to be a sergeant. When you got overseas, you were made a sergeant. That way they couldn't work you. They couldn't work you in the prisons if you were a non-commissioned officer. That's what they did. Every one of them. Yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions, or a couple of other questions or comments?
Well, okay, folks. I think that speaks volumes tonight of what we're providing. Next week, island hopping. So we're going to do the island hopping lecture.
Thank you.
And we look forward to you rejoining
Thank you, John.
us at 6 o'clock. Keep that perfect attendance up. A lot of you got been here every time. You're like family.